At the age of 76, King Charles has reached a moment of deep introspection, and insiders suggest he has finally acknowledged what many have long suspected. The British monarchy has endured scandals and whispers of regret surrounding Charles's turbulent past, particularly his troubled marriage to Diana and his controversial relationship with Camilla Parker Bowles. As tensions continue to simmer within the royal family and Charles faces the twilight of his reign, a shocking new report hints at a confession that could reshape his legacy forever. A 76-year-old King Charles, who is now reflecting on the choices he made throughout his life that have shaped not only his own destiny, but also the future of the nation. While often portrayed as stoic and steadfast, Charles has found himself at the center of reports suggesting a profound realization, which may explain the strained dynamics within his family and the tension-filled halls of the monarchy. Whispers have emerged, with insiders hinting at moments of quiet introspection, where Charles has privately admitted to close confidants that he should have tried harder with Princess Diana, a sentiment that casts a new light on the choices that altered the trajectory of the royal family. The text suggests that Charles may now be seeing his father, Prince Philip's long-forgotten warnings in a new light. Charles now understands the true value of his turbulent marriage to Diana, and he regrets the decision that not only shattered his first marriage, but also caused lasting damage to the royal family. These questions are the focus of discussions within the palace and among the public. Charles's choice to leave Diana and be with Camilla was his way of following his heart, but decades later, the consequences of that decision are still being felt, from the rift between him and his sons to the growing instability within the monarchy itself. The cost of his past actions is becoming impossible to ignore, and as he grapples with the echoes of his choices, the voice of his father, Prince Philip, is becoming increasingly significant. Prince Philip was known for his direct advice and unwavering sense of duty. He had long warned about the potential consequences of Charles's actions, recognizing the impending crisis before others. As a pillar of the royal family, Philip's private letters to Diana after her death provided a rare insight into his thoughts on the breakdown of her marriage with Charles, as well as his candid assessment of his son's decisions. Despite his reputation as a staunch traditionalist, Philip expressed empathy for Diana's struggles and praised her role as a mother and wife, even as the marriage was falling apart. Philip strongly criticized his son Charles's choice to jeopardize his marriage to Diana for the sake of a relationship with Camilla. Philip described Charles's decision as silly, expressing both frustration and disappointment. He questioned how anyone could leave Diana, a woman who embodied many qualities the monarchy needed, for a romance that risked everything. Philip's foresight now seems prophetic, especially considering Charles's own admission that he failed to fully commit to his marriage with Diana. Reflecting on his father's warnings, Charles is said to acknowledge that his pursuit of Camilla came at a much higher cost than he had anticipated, fracturing his family and the institution he was born to uphold. In an era when the royal family was already under scrutiny, the affair and subsequent divorce added further strain, as Charles prioritized his personal desires over his public duty. Charles had made a significant decision that his father Philip may have considered a grave error. As Charles reflects on his life, Philip's words may seem less like judgment and more like prophetic warnings. It's possible that in his later years, Charles is starting to recognize the wisdom behind his father's cautionary advice. Perhaps he's finally grasping that Philip's warnings weren't just about family dynamics, but about the very survival of the monarchy. Charles's choice to prioritize love over the monarchy's reputation at the time sparked a scandal so intense that it shook the very foundations of the royal institution. The marriage of Prince Charles and Princess Diana had initially served as a symbol of hope and stability for a monarchy navigating the modern era. Their union, celebrated with a grand wedding watched by millions, was meant to usher in a new era of royal charm. However, by the late 1980s, cracks were forming, and the relationship deteriorated into one of the most infamous scandals in royal history. Charles's affair with Camilla Parker Bowles was not just a personal betrayal, but one that had far-reaching implications for the monarchy. The relationship between Charles and Diana became a public spectacle. Leaked phone calls and Diana's own interviews revealed their troubled marriage, with Diana famously stating that there were 3 people in the relationship, making it feel crowded. This honest statement resonated with the public, portraying Charles as the villain in a story of heartbreak and betrayal. Looking back, Charles acknowledges that he failed to fully commit to his marriage with Diana, and his decision to pursue Camilla, while driven by his heart at the time, came at a great cost, not only to his family, but also to the integrity of the monarchy. The affair not only fractured his marriage, but also subjected the royal institution to intense public scrutiny, leading to a sharp turn in public opinion against Charles and Camilla. The royal family, once seen as a symbol of unity and tradition, became embroiled in a tabloid-fueled drama that threatened its relevance. For Diana, the affair was a devastating blow as she entered the marriage at a young age, full of hope and trust, only to realize that her husband's heart was elsewhere. This realization led to years of personal struggle. However, Diana's pain became her power as she channeled her heartbreak into her public work, using her platform to advocate for causes often overlooked by the royal family. The fallout from the scandal serves as a stark reminder of the cost of Charles's decisions, and as he becomes king, he faces the challenge of rebuilding the trust of the public, a task made more difficult by the shadow of his past. The marriage between Charles and Camilla, which was finalized in 2005, marked the culmination of a long-standing love story. While it appeared that the couple had finally found the happiness they had been seeking, the dynamics within the monarchy began to evolve, and cracks started to emerge in their seemingly solid partnership. Recent reports suggest that the relationship between Charles and Camilla is not as harmonious as it once was, with tensions arising over Camilla's growing influence on royal affairs. Additionally, Charles's admission about his marriage to Diana continues to cast a shadow. Despite his unwavering love for Camilla, insiders hint that Charles has privately questioned whether the cost of their union, including public scandals and lingering divisions within the family, was too great a burden to bear. Camilla has often been portrayed as a polarizing figure. Camilla's actions and views often provoke discussions within the royal circles. Her position as the queen has given her a platform that she uses with increasing confidence and assertiveness. Insiders suggest that Camilla has been significantly influencing Charles's decisions, particularly regarding his family. One notable instance is her reported role in discouraging Charles from meeting with Prince Harry during the latter's legal disputes over security. This tension extends beyond family disagreements for Charles, who has spent a lifetime balancing personal happiness and public duty. Camilla's bold moves may be a double-edged sword, as she provides unwavering support, but her actions are said to be creating a rift between Charles and key figures within the family. The king now faces a delicate balancing act, trying to maintain harmony in his marriage while addressing the consequences of decisions that have alienated his sons and damaged his public image. As Charles reflects on his choices, the growing tensions with Camilla may serve as a painful reminder of the challenges he once faced with Diana. The parallels are stark, as his personal relationships are once again causing discord within the family and sparking public criticism. Charles must now question whether the stability he sought with Camilla has come at an unforeseen cost, as he navigates a monarchy riddled with internal strife. Moreover, the relationship between Camilla and Prince Harry remains highly scrutinized and fraught, with Harry expressing his feelings in his memoir, accusing Camilla of manipulating her image and questioning her intentions. This candid critique was a rare moment of openness, exposing the deep divide between Prince Harry and his father's second wife, Camilla. Recent reports suggest that Camilla played a significant role in influencing Charles to distance himself from Harry, particularly during Harry's legal battle with the UK government over his reduced security. For Harry, this was not just a professional snub, but a deeply personal matter, further widening the gap between him and the royal institution. Moreover, Harry's criticisms portrayed Camilla as a calculated figure who worked to reshape public perception and cement her place within the royal family, a stark contrast to the more measured image she has often projected. The tension between perception and reality is palpable, reflecting the wider divide within the family. As a father, Charles has witnessed his younger son drift further away, with his grievances amplified by Camilla's growing influence. This dynamic raises uncomfortable questions for the king. Could he have done more to mend fences with Harry, and has his marriage to Camilla unintentionally worsened the family's divisions? Camilla's prominent role serves as a personal and public reminder of the challenges facing the monarchy. For Charles, the distance from Harry is not just a family tragedy, but a reflection of the unintended consequences of past decisions. Camilla's rising power has the potential to make Charles's decisions appear even worse. The once private partnership has now become a public alliance that wields significant influence over the monarchy's direction. However, this power also brings scrutiny, and Camilla's rise has not been without controversy. controversy. Reports depict a woman unafraid to exercise her authority, even if it creates tensions within the family. One of the most discussed issues is Camilla's alleged favoritism toward her own children and extended family, reportedly causing unease among other royals, particularly Prince William, who is said to view her actions with suspicion. From seating arrangements at royal events to the distribution of duties, whispers of preferential treatment have fueled tensions that seem to grow with each passing year. Camilla's influence extends beyond family dynamics. As the newly appointed queen, she has a direct line to Charles and is believed to shape many of his decisions, sparking debate about whether her influence is beneficial or detrimental to the monarchy's stability. While some see Camilla's assertiveness as a modernized approach to royal life, others remain concerned about its impact. The discord within the royal family, stemming from Camilla's actions, poses a challenging dilemma for King Charles. While he has advocated for modernizing the monarchy, the tensions between Camilla and other family members complicate this mission. As the monarch, Charles must balance the demands of his marriage with the expectations of his role as a unifier. This ironic situation arises as the person who once represented his escape from duty is now central to the challenges he faces as king. The varying perspectives of the princes, with William's uneasy tolerance and Harry's disdain for Camilla, further exemplify the complex dynamics within the family. As the heir to the throne, William is viewed as a symbol of continuity and respect for the institution, adding to the delicate nature of these internal conflicts. Despite his public facade of tolerance, reports suggest that Prince William's feelings towards Camilla are much more complex. Those close to the palace describe a deep discomfort simmering beneath the surface, driven by his unwavering loyalty to his late mother, Princess Diana. William's memories of his mother's pain, much of which was caused by Camilla's presence in their father's life, cannot be easily overlooked. This tension is further exacerbated by Camilla's growing role within the monarchy and her apparent influence over Charles's decisions. For William, who sees himself as a custodian of his mother's legacy, this creates an internal conflict between his duty as the future king and his personal grievances. William's tolerance of Camilla serves as both a necessity and a reflection of his character, but it also highlights the broader challenges that Charles faces in reconciling the past with the present. The British monarchy has weathered numerous challenges over the centuries, but the current period under King Charles's reign has tested its resilience like never before. The institution finds itself at a crossroads, grappling with internal discord and external scrutiny. The cracks within the royal family have become increasingly visible, and the question of the monarchy's relevance looms large. The presence of Camilla, the queen consort, has intensified these challenges. Her actions, perceived by some as ambitious or overreaching, have stirred debates about the future of the monarchy. Public opinion is divided, with some praising her as a modernizing force and others criticizing her as a source of division. This creates a precarious situation for King Charles, who must navigate these complex and delicate tensions while simultaneously maintaining the public's trust and confidence in the monarchy. As the new sovereign, he faces the daunting challenge of unifying the royal family and reconciling the divergent perspectives and priorities that exist within it. Complicating matters further is the pronounced generational divide that has emerged within the House of Windsor. Prince William and Prince Harry, the sons of Charles and the late Princess Diana, represent a younger, more progressive, and reform-minded segment of the royal family. They often take stances and espouse values that clash with the more traditional, conservative viewpoints held by their elders, including the king himself and his wife, Camilla, the queen consort. Camilla's growing influence and prominence within the royal household, while significant, may not necessarily align with the bold new vision that the younger generation of royals hopes to bring to the monarchy. There is a palpable tension between those who wish to preserve the monarchy's long-standing customs and rituals and those who advocate for a more modern, inclusive, and adaptable approach to the institution's role and public image. As King Charles ascends the throne, he must find a way to delicately balance these competing priorities and perspectives, all while navigating the intense scrutiny and high expectations placed upon the British monarchy in the 21st century. His ability to navigate this complex web of familial, generational, and public dynamics will be crucial in determining the future trajectory and public standing of the crown. King Charles, the current monarch of the United Kingdom, is grappling with the delicate balance between the timeless traditions of the monarchy and the evolving realities of modern society. As he reflects on his reign, which began in 2022 following the passing of his mother, mother, Queen Elizabeth II, the king is compelled to confront the broader implications of the personal choices he made as a young prince. Choices that were often driven by the powerful forces of emotion and desire, rather than strict adherence to protocol and duty. These decisions, made during a formative period in his life, now have far-reaching consequences for the institution he has been entrusted to lead. The monarchy, an enduring symbol of national identity and a touchstone for generations of Britons, stands at a critical juncture, and its future may very well depend on Charles's ability to reconcile his complex past with the ever-changing demands of the present. At the age of 76, the king finds himself in a period of profound reflection, acknowledging that his life has been defined by both choices made for the sake of love and choices made out of a sense of unwavering duty to his role and responsibilities. However, not all of these choices have yielded the expected outcomes, and the king must now grapple with the complex legacies of his decisions. The king's journey has been further complicated by the evolving expectations of the British public, who have grown increasingly conscious of the need for the monarchy to adapt to the realities of the 21st century. Issues of transparency, accountability, and relevance have come to the forefront, and Charles must navigate these delicate waters with a deft touch, mindful of the centuries-old traditions that have shaped the institution while also being responsive to the changing tides of public sentiment. As he stands at the helm of the monarchy, King Charles is acutely aware that the choices he makes during his reign will have a profound impact on the future of the House of Windsor and the enduring legacy of the British royal family. With a keen understanding of the weight of his responsibilities, the king is determined to leave a lasting mark, one that honors the past while embracing the dynamic possibilities of the present and the ever-evolving needs of the nation he has sworn to serve. Charles, the heir to the British throne, had long harbored a deep-seated belief that his decision to leave his wife, the beloved and charismatic Princess Diana, in favor of his longtime mistress, Camilla, would ultimately be a triumph for his personal freedom and the pursuit of his own happiness. The prince had grown weary of the constant media scrutiny and public expectations that had defined his marriage to Diana, and he saw his relationship with Camilla as a chance to finally live life on his own terms. However, as the years have passed since that fateful decision, the once confident and resolute prince has found himself increasingly beset by a growing sense of regret and remorse over the consequences of his actions. The public backlash and outpouring of grief following Diana's tragic death had been a sobering wake-up call for Charles, as he grappled with the realization that his personal choices had not only shattered the hearts of millions, but had also dealt a significant blow to the public's faith and trust in the monarchy. The weight of this burden has taken a heavy toll on the prince, who has found himself struggling to reconcile his pursuit of personal fulfillment with the immense responsibility he bears as the heir to the British throne. The once carefree and confident Charles has been transformed into a more introspective and thoughtful figure, constantly questioning the wisdom of his decisions and the impact they have had on both his own life and the institution he is destined to one day lead. As the years have passed, Charles has found himself increasingly haunted by the memory of Diana's vibrant spirit and the genuine affection she had garnered from the public. He has come to deeply regret the pain and heartbreak he has caused, both to his former wife and to the countless admirers who had once held him in such high esteem. The prince's once unwavering belief in the rightness of his choices has been shaken to its core, and he now finds himself grappling with a profound sense of remorse and a deep desire to somehow make amends for the damage he has wrought. This regret is not merely a matter of his own emotional turmoil, but rather a reflection of the broader impact that his choices have had on the world around him, the strain that his actions have placed on his family, the deeply divided public opinion that has emerged, and the significant challenges now facing the very institution of the monarchy itself can all be traced back in one way or another to the decisions he made years ago. As a man now poised to ascend to the throne, Charles finds himself in a position of immense responsibility, charged with leading an ancient and revered institution that is steeped in centuries of tradition. This reflection then is not just a personal one, but a symbolic reckoning with the legacy he will ultimately leave behind. Will Charles be remembered as a monarch who rose above the adversity of his past, demonstrating the strength and wisdom to guide the monarchy through turbulent times? Or will his reign be forever overshadowed by the fallout from the choices he once made, his legacy tainted by the lingering shadows of his personal life? As Charles grapples with these weighty questions, the uncertainty of the future looms large. The path forward is not clear, and the specter of the past continues to loom large over the present, casting a pall of doubt and trepidation over the years to come. The burden of this legacy, both personal and institutional, now rests squarely on the shoulders of the once confident prince, who must find a way to navigate the treacherous waters that lie ahead. The story of King Charles is a complex and captivating tale woven with the intricate threads of love, ambition, and the profound consequences he faces as he navigates the turbulent waters of a divided monarchy during the twilight of his reign. From a young age, the choices Charles made have profoundly shaped the trajectory of his life and his rule in ways he could scarcely have imagined. The decision to leave his first wife, the beloved Princess Diana, and marry Camilla, the woman he had loved for years, was a move that, while driven by the powerful forces of the heart, was also a calculated gamble that would test the loyalty and acceptance of the British public. The public's adoration for Diana, the people's princess, created a formidable obstacle that Charles and Camilla would struggle to overcome, as the shadow of their affair and the perceived betrayal of Diana's memory loomed large over their union. As Charles ascends the throne, the weight of his past choices and the murmurs of regret echo through the halls of power and the hearts of his subjects. The transition from prince to king is never an easy one, and Charles finds himself grappling with the stark realities of his new role. Throughout his life, Charles has been a complex and oft misunderstood figure. His tumultuous personal life, marked by high-profile relationships and scandals, has long been a source of fascination and scrutiny for the public. Now, as he takes on the mantle of the monarchy, he must reconcile this turbulent past with the solemn responsibilities that lie ahead. The question that hangs in the air is whether Charles can strike a delicate balance, honoring his true emotions and desires, while also fulfilling the lofty expectations and rigid obligations of his exalted position. This is no easy task, for the crown demands a level of decorum, detachment, and self-sacrifice that can often clash with one's personal yearnings and inner turmoil. Charles knows that the eyes of the nation, and indeed the world, are upon him. His every move, his every word, will be scrutinized and dissected by those seeking to judge his fitness for the throne. The weight of this scrutiny is palpable, and he must summon an unwavering resolve to navigate the treacherous waters of royal protocol and public perception. Yet, deep within, Charles harbors a desire to forge a new path, one that allows him to express his authentic self, while still upholding the dignity and traditions of the monarchy. He longs to be more than just a figure of reverence and duty, but a leader who can connect with his people on a deeper, more personal level. As Charles ascends the throne, he faces a monumental challenge to redefine the role of the monarch in a rapidly changing world, while also honoring the sacred legacy that has been entrusted to him. It is a delicate balancing act, one that will require all of his wisdom, resilience, and a willingness to confront the ghosts of his past head on. The answers to these questions do not lie in the fickle perceptions of the public, but rather in the private moments of introspection and self-reflection that only Charles can truly understand. It is in these quiet, contemplative spaces that he must grapple with the consequences of his actions, the lessons of his past, and the vision he holds for the future of the monarchy. The outcome of this internal struggle will shape not only Charles's legacy, but the very fabric of the British nation itself.